Again, and we're going to continue looking at Sig Figs again. I do need to make a quick apology. I went back and found there are a couple mistakes in the last practice, so I'll start with a correction when we start today. Now, I was going to go back and reshoot that whole video, but at the end of the day, one, it shows that I'm human and we do make mistakes, and that's why God saves us by grace. But more than that, the end of the video there, I talked about Jesus and need for him. I didn't want to change that. I liked where it was at. So I'm going to start the video by going into corrections. And so here are the corrections. The answers here, this number 5 should have been 22, not 12, because the answer was 100, not 90. I apologize for that. And this one wasn't 310, it was 31.0. So the answer is 31.2. So those are the numbers that are corrected on there. Hopefully you're good to go. We're going to do more practice today. And again, there are some mistakes. What I'm going to do in the future is I'll wait till after I work with my class here, so that way I have the correct answers and we won't have any issues that way. Again, forgive me, God moves in grace, and hopefully this helps. Here's the new problems that we have. Now, a lot of these are going to be the same. Some of these down the bottom look similar because they are. And we have these two. Now, when I give the answers, this one here is different. For some reason, when I did the answer sheet, it was different. So, but we'll have done these two together as a group together. So you can have those to work through, and I'll post the answers at the end. Again, I'll put these in the comments if you want to just download and work on them. All right, so let's take and look at these two problems. Okay, these are the last two in the end. That last one's slightly different from the answer I have. So we have 76.900 times 4.4, that in parentheses, minus 81.2150 divided by 5.66, again in parentheses. We got to take care of the parentheses first. So when I take 76.900 times 4.4, I get 338.36. Now we got to check our sig figs. For multiplication and division, the rule is the least number in the question is the most in the answer. So 76.900, that's 5 sig figs. The 2 zeros in here are significant because they're after a number, after a decimal, showing exactness. I've got 5 sig figs. 4.4, of course, I have 2 sig figs. So if I want 338.36 to 2 sig figs, I go 3, the number to the right is an 8, that goes to 34, but I need a 0 there because, again, that placeholder is 0. This place is important but not significant. And again, if I told the kids in class, if I gave you $34, I'll give you $338. Does it matter? Yes. So therefore, that 0 needs to be there. Go to the next math problem. 81.2150 divided by 5.66. When I do that, I get negative 14.3489399 sig figs. I have 6 and 81.2150. The 0 on the end is after number, after decimal, showing exactness. And then 5.66, I had 3 sig figs, so the least number is going to be 3. Whoa, what was that? Let's cancel that out. Come over here. So we get 14.3. Now the rule for subtraction and addition, the last filled column is the level of significance. So that would be, when we add them up, we get 325.7. Last filled column would be to the ones place. So that means I'm going to go to 325, and then if I round up for roundness, I get 326. All right, let's do this last one then. 522.000 times 9, multiplied through, I get 45.98. Sig figs. 5.22000, these three are after number and after decimal. They're showing exactness. Got 6 sig figs. In 9, I have 1 sig fig, so that's 1. So that's 50 because, again, this is a placeholder 0. It's not significant, but it is important. When I take 311.228 times 0.2200, I end up with 68.47016. I have 6 sig figs, 4 sig figs, least number is 4. So when I subtract that, I get negative 18.47. Last fill column takes it to there. Answer is negative 18. All right, so answer set, and I'm not going to show you the last two because there was a problem with them. So just through there, and I'll post those in the notes as well. All right, so let's talk about grace and the need to understand that God is there for you in the midst. Grace is God's unmerited favor. So at the end of the day, How do we take that? Do we take it for granted? No. We have to live understanding that we're loved by God, but God is awesome, and we should never take his grace for granted. We should never take it as something that's owed to us or due us. Because of his love for us, he extends his grace. But the fear of God is the beginning of understanding. To fear God means that we're not afraid of him, but afraid to offend him. So therefore, we need to show that love. This is going to be really quick, but again, I'm showing that I mess up and I need your grace. In the same way, God shows us grace, but we should never take that grace for granted. And I don't take it for granted for you as well. All right. Appreciate your time. Tomorrow we'll start up with measurements, and we'll be looking at that for day 4. Thanks.